Oh, fucking boy. What is going on, guys? It's Uncle Valk here. And as you guys know, when you see my dumbass like this, it means one of two things. One, I'm either casting a tournament, or two, something serious has just happened and I have to talk about it. And I don't see a tournament going on my screen right now. I don't know about you guys, so it's got to be the other one. And before I start, let me just preface by saying I fucking hate making. Can I say that? Okay. Man, I hate making any videos that doesn't have anything to do with actually playing the game. People asked me to make videos the last time. I didn't feel like it was my place, but this time somebody sent me a really well-worded message. Could you use your platform to help global and other servers get the same rewards as the Chinese are getting? It's our anniversary. Global. Our anniversary. Yet the Chinese server is getting 3 times the rewards we are getting. Please help us make the game actually feel good for such a big milestone for everyone. That's valid. So, just like my RTA guides, I will not tell you how you should feel. I am going to tell you what the facts are and how I feel, and a bunch of things you can do to actually do like this person said. Make the game feel good for everyone. Because at the end of the day, that's why we play fucking video games. Okay, so if you're coming into this fresh and you have no idea what's going on and you don't care for the drama, Reddit's been basically put on fire because apparently there is going to be a new set of rewards on top of the global anniversary rewards that China is going to be getting. Specifically, it involves 2 pieces of level 88 gear, 42 million gold, and 300 charms if they do the entire event. Now, this is leaked to us by a guy called John Tai. I actually think he's a pretty legit leaker. Every time he drops something before it officially releases, it's turned out to be true. I do believe that is also the guy who gave us when Marguerite got ousted for coaching during E7WC against Pupis. So I tend to trust him. Now, the community has been absolutely on fire about this one. This is on top of our anniversary rewards, plus getting the 50 extra summons compensation for a bug they didn't even face. Well played, SG, right? Like, people clearly aren't happy, right? They're going to talk about, don't forget the 5k Skystones limited selector due to the Taiwan incident. And I'll get into that a little bit later. That's a whole different can of worms, okay, guys? Running dry on gold. We'll love that 42 mil. That's, hey, me too, buddy. Me too, right? Happy anniversary, China, right? You got, like, nobody's happy, basically. But the number one thing I want to hammer down on is when I saw this comment. Looking at this, for some reason, has ruined my day. If that is you, if this is you, or if you feel the same way, and I say this as somebody where the more people play this game, the better it is for me, because I make videos for the game. I'll make more money, okay? And I'm serious when I say this. Quit. Stop playing, quit. If looking at the fact that somebody else gets something you don't have, quit, okay? Because if looking at a different server, a completely different server, get, different gear, gold, and it's only 300 charms, right? Like, it's not nothing, but it's not something that would make or break your gaming experience, okay? Like, truth be told, I played the game for 6 years, like, this would not make or break my experience. If that is enough to ruin your day, quit. There are going to be so many things that will ruin more days for you incoming, okay? Somebody's going to hit a 28 speeder. Day ruin. Quit. It is not worth it, okay? A video game should be making you happy, and if that is a problem for you, quit, okay? Now, how did this problem start? I'm going to get into some business bullshit, okay? This is where Chinese businessmen vouch. For reference, guys, before I was a YouTuber, I was a international business person. I did international products for 6 years before I did YouTube. So I have a little bit of experience. I might get some facts wrong, but I'm better educated than most people are, especially people who are this angry. If you just want your anger validated, you want to feel that you're in the right for being angry, skip to the next section of this video. I'm going to go into some nerdy businessman shit, okay? Don't worry about it. Okay, now, here's the problem, okay? And this started when somebody DM'd me today, like, hey Valk, somebody is really angry in your Discord and they are spreading misinformation. Now, what is this information? Well, if you look at a lot of the comments. It is overwhelmingly, we can't let SG get away with this. I know this is only Reddit, right? But most of the people have been saying, well, it's because Smaugate have been super favorable towards the Chinese and not towards us global players, us Asia server players, or us in Europe server, right? Or Japan server, what have you. I'm doing my part, had to change my review from 5 stars, love the game, but I'm super disappointed to see the CN server worship from Smaugate, right? And you have tons of people just dropping allegories like, oh yeah, way to choke on that Chinese sausage, like, and the list goes on, right? And you have people posting memes, and that's adding to the fire too, right? But here's where the information is, or rather, here's where the misinformation is, okay? And here's the problem. Now, Epic 7 is being developed. Oh God, is being developed by Super Creative. Okay, I'm so sorry, guys. My handwriting is dog shit, but you're gonna have to live with it because I'm all you guys got. Okay, and for us, it's being published by Smaugate. Okay, I'm just gonna make this as simple as possible. Okay, and then here's us. Now, here's the other thing, right? And this is how a publishing deal works. Now, in China specifically, there is a law that says when other foreign games are being published in China, it needs to be a Chinese company. It needs to be separate from all other servers, and it needs to have its own set of enforceable rules. So, Smaugate does not publish the game in the Chinese server. In China, it is published by Zilong. Other note-wise, known as Zilong, okay? The Purple Dragon, okay? That's the name of their company. You might know them for games like Langrisser. I don't know what the rest of these are. This is honestly the only one I've heard of. I see Second Galaxy, Goddess of Genesis, as well as these totally distinguished and non-generic works, okay? So these guys are veterans. So how does that matter? Well, it matters because they are the ones who publish to the Chinese server. And are you guys seeing something? Here's the problem. Actually, let me use this to highlight it, okay? There is absolutely nothing Smaugate has to do with the Chinese server and the rewards they're getting. And as a part of their publishing deal, now whenever Super Creative makes anything for Smaugate, like for example, we're going on our 6th anniversary, Smaugate's like, hey, can you make us program as an event, make us the assets for the Epic Dash, right? They'll make it for them. At the part of the same publishing deal, Zilong can hit up Super Creative and be like, hey, can we also get those assets? And they'll give them the same assets. And now on their end, Zilong can now just turn around and be like, all right, guys, so on top, now we are going to add this whole new event, and we're going to add a little bit on top of that. And you know what? That's fair, because that server is a 1.5 year old and a 5-year-old game, right? We know E7 is a game where they have said, like, this is a game we plan on running for 10 years, right? Us, in the global Asia and Japan server, we already have the game for 5 years. Now, if you're a new player, that's why they give you the Epic Dash event. But it's going to feel like it kind of pales in comparison, especially if you're like me. I've been playing on a new account to help out new players, right? I need charms desperately. 300 charms? It's not going to make or break the account, but it sure as hell would be nice. And during a big milestone event like this, it sure would feel nice to be given some extra charms, Like, I'm not going to lie. And even on my main account, I'd be down to have 42 million gold. Like, that's not nothing, right? But here's the problem, which is there are so many things Smaugate has done wrong this month. We do not need to be picking up the wrong battles, okay? We do not need to be bullying Smaugate off of misinformation. We have enough ammo to basically say, hey, this is why the player base have a problem, right? To add to this is quite literally like if you reference the earlier graphics, right? You telling your parents, hey, look, but Timmy's mom bought him the same thing, but he also got 42 mil gold and 2 more 88 gear. Do you, I don't know about you guys, okay, but if you look like me You grew up like me. You were raised by parents that look kind of like me, okay? And you said something to your parents like, but they got that. You didn't get me. You know what would happen? Bam. I'd get smacked across the fucking face, right? But that's not what it, that's also not how it is completely, right? It's not a one-to-one comparison because at the end of the day, Smilegate's not your parents, right? Smilegate is the supplier for a product that you consume, which is Epic 7. So if you're not happy, well, you could make your voice heard, right? You could leave, or you can make your voice heard and be like, hey, there's an issue with your product and I would like it fixed as a loyal customer, right? But we cannot fight this battle off of misinformation. And that is the number one reason I am making this video. Anyway, this was like a post-production bit. I'm just adding this part in. Back to your regularly scheduled programming. Yapping. That's just simply not true. Because we are getting what? Barring the fact that new players are actually getting more things, right? If you just look at the returning player rewards, we're getting 7 heroes, right? If you just count the selectors, 7 hero selectors, roughly 100 molas worth. Actually, that's more than 100. That's 132 molas worth in the fully decked heroes, right? We're getting that. Like, where does it say China server is getting 21 hero selectors? That's just not how it works, right? The Chinese server is getting a little bit more extra stuff on top because they are a newer server, right? But does that mean I'm defending Smilegate? Are you outside of your fucking mind? Fuck to the no. I am me? Are you fucking kidding me? Do you know who the fuck I am? Okay, let's keep it real, okay? So, now that we've kind of understood the baseline of what we are talking about, I actually want to redirect your guys' attention to this post, right? Smilegate copped so many L's in the span of 1 month, right? So let's kind of go over every single point this Redditor makes here, right? Oh god, that's so big. Okay, this is probably fine. So first of all, China crying and acting like babies because SG mentioned the T word. So if you guys don't know about that, China and Taiwan have a history that go way back. Now, if you can't tell by this, I am Chinese. I am somebody who grew up Chinese with Taiwanese friends. This is a issue that is very personal to me, okay? So the last time this came up, it wasn't Smilegate. SG did not do this. Zlong, the Chinese publisher, was like, oh guys, we fucked up. We had assets in the game that said Taiwan was its own country. In China, we're not supposed to do that, right? And that's exactly part of the reason why China segregates their server from every other server in the game, because they don't want this type of interaction, right? That's just the way the government is, right? That's not the fault of Smilegate. It's not the fault of Zlong, right? That's just how the government made the law, okay? And they gave 5,000 Sky Stones and a limited selector. And here's where I have a personal issue with that, okay? Because I'm really good friends with a lot of Taiwanese people. I support them and their views, right? And we don't really talk about this. But, okay, here's a big but. Do not use my people's culture as a fucking soapbox so you can get gacha game rewards in your stupid ass little gambling game, okay? If you want to say, I just want the fucking reward, say that. Do not act like you give a shit about Taiwan or China, okay? Because so many of these people are hiding behind that as a soapbox, and that pissed me off, okay? I already don't like making videos when it's not about the game, and I do not like making videos busting down fake phonies, okay? But that doesn't really have anything to do with what we're talking about today, right? Because today, we're not talking about whether or not Smilegate is treating China server better, because that's not what they're doing. What they're doing is they're failing us as a global Asia-Europe player base by not keeping up in PR in terms of rewards for the rest of us. Okay, that's the important part, right? Anniversary Galaxy, something being rigged. It's probably an oversight, but could have been purpose. Either way, serious issue if you have it in a gacha game. So what that's a reference to was when we got our anniversary summons. Now, if you looked at the results of what people got, a lot of people have been getting overwhelmingly the same 5 units, especially the 5 3-stars. Now, if somebody got, for example, a 4-star in that chain, it kind of broke the chain and they got different units. But if they got 5 3-stars, there were a bunch of people who got the same thing. Now, how that is that's really a non-issue because it's not affected by the rates that you get, right? Like, for Galaxy summons, I do believe 5 stars are 2.5%, 4 stars are 15%, and the rest is 3 stars. Something like that, right? And that's just because randomness in video games doesn't exist. All randomness in every single video game is simulated. All right. I have friends who are game devs, and we've actually talked about this. It is really common to just program a chain, and the randomness of your summons is where you start in that chain. And, because people were like, well, it's rigged because you rigged the order. They're like, okay, have 50 more summons on us. Really cool, right? But still, people weren't happy about it. Listening to a vocal minority of silver players thinking they know what they're talking about. Okay, yup, that one, ooh boy, that is a rough one on Smilegate. And it are reverting a balance patch they have planned for one of the most popular characters, Big P Flan lover myself, okay? Listen to the people that actually know what the hell they're talking about. Once YouTubers, Twitch streamers started making videos about Flan, opinions started to change. If only SG waited. So, this one, once again, I would actually say, is not Smilegate's fault. Okay, and why would I say that? Here's the crazy part, guys. Smilegate listened to the community, right? Because it's the silver players that fucking spoke up. It's the fucking silver players that went on Stove and they posted their stats and they really spoke up about it, right? And they raised an issue. Now, once they took something back, you can't really like give it back out again, right? Like you can't flip flop like that many times. So they just gotta have to stick to their guns. So what does that mean? That means as a player base, we actually have to come together and just be like, okay, here are our issues, and here are the statistics to back that up, and here's what we want done. Right? And we've gotten things changed, like, for example, the Pirate Captain Flan was not the first time we actually reverted a balance patch, right? Before that, we had auxiliary lots because it really messed with people's PvE teams and it screwed up a lot of people's speed tuning, right? When they changed him. Same thing with Ervelin. Main reason people played that guy was for him to one-shot Banshee, in the absence of Baiken, who was a super old collab character. So that ended up being like the landmark cases of taking away the really unfavorable buff that people didn't like, right? And we'll come back to this later. So once again, China getting the same compensation. So this is the same thing as point number 1, right? Okay, now this point number 5, this is some horseshit, right? So coin shop change. There's no reason to do this, and he kind of goes on about it, and he's absolutely right. There's no reason for Smilegate to actually go off script on what the coin shop is. Now, if you don't know what this is, when you summon a duplicate Moonlight unit, you get 10 Moonlight coins. And when you get 40 of them, you can spend them in the shop that'll have rotating monthly heroes. Usually they're characters that, there's 3 characters, they won't be anything special. But once in a while, you'll have something like Blood Moon Haze, where one of them is crazy OP. Like him here. And usually Smilegate will just try to give you at best mediocre usable units. They won't try to give you anything crazy. Now the thing about this rotation is Fallen Cecilia used to be the best unit in the game. She's since then fall off. Briarwitch Iceria caught buffs after exclusive equipment, after new artifact release, really helped her. She's actually one of the highest potential units in the game, even though she's more of an upper middle tier. But Blood Moon Haze got a buff earlier this year that made him quite literally the best unit in the game for a few months, and now he's always going to be tier 0. He's one of those super strong characters that you never want to play the game without. And for some reason, they changed it. As we were getting the cycle, they're like, nope, you're not getting these anymore. We're getting random shitter A, B, and C. While if you look at the Chinese update, I have no idea why they kept it that way. So that is another thing that Smilegate definitely took an L on. Right? Once in a lifetime packs are actually multiple times, because this was supposed to be a one-time thing when New Moon Luna dropped. And now it seems like when Harsetti is coming in, we're getting a new round of these packs, which on one hand, it is good value. I will say, like, as somebody who used to spend a lot of money on this game, back when I worked full time, like, I wish this was here, right? But on the other hand, you did say this was once in a lifetime. It's kind of hard to justify, right? But to give you guys the real, right? When in July, when New Moon Luna came out and we saw the packs fly off the shelves and people were snatching them up left and right, and Epic 7 basically shot up the revenues in the gacha charts, and they basically beat out every other gacha game that wasn't a MiHoYo game. I was like, yeah, that's coming back. That came back. I'm not going to crusade against that, right? Because I think for a game to survive and to make it to 10 years, it needs to be able to make money that's worth 10 years. And, that's how a game's got to survive, right? But if you did say it's once in a lifetime, it is kind of scummy for you to bring it back just with a new skin. It's once in a lifetime for Luna. Oh no, it's once in a lifetime for Harsetti. Like, that's kind of not okay. Like, as a business, you have to do your marketing a little bit better, right? China's getting absolutely insane events, plus our events. So we have in global, wow, we get jack shit. See, this is the type of stuff I really don't like. What do you mean jack shit? Hello? Like, I understand that, Smilegate is not doing PR well, right? There's a lot of things they could be doing better, but I would not call what we have gotten jack shit. If I did that, I would be a dishonest person, okay? Adding in the whole, just call it Taiwan, dude, and getting our compensation. China's schlong is clearly far down SG's throat. Again, that's just not correct information, right? I pride myself on, I do a lot of research, I do a lot of testing to make my content, and if you guys are a viewer of this channel, it is my hope, my honest hope, that you walk away from here, you make your own opinion on whether you want to be angry, you don't care, or you just want to walk away, or you just want to go play a different game, right? You make your own informed decision with the correct information, right? There's bound to be drama with Harsetti, probably change the game entirely and invalidate a lot of things. That's what happens when you play a strategy game, especially a gacha game, and they're like, okay, time to throw in a game changer, right? Because let's just be honest, the year Sylvan Sage Vivian came out, for a whole year, they published no new units, and what did people do, right? They tried super hard to balance all the old units, right? Keep things at a stable power level. Player base was just like, man, this game's fucking stale. Holy shit, it's been 7 months. I'm still playing the same fucking units. This shit sucks, right? So, at this point, I think Smilegate just needs to pick a direction and go with it. But most importantly, they're dropping the ball big on this whole PR thing, right? Like, most of this isn't even their fault, right? Like, let's be honest. Most of this isn't even their fault. The China thing, the Taiwan thing, it has nothing to do with Smilegate as a company. Because, guys, don't forget, they're only responsible for the global Korea server, Japan server, and Europe server, right? Those are our servers. Those are our boys, right? So they're going to be on this side. But, it's a tough situation. So I'll tell you guys what I'm going to do personally, okay? This Friday, I will be having a meeting with the community managers of the game, which, I'll be honest, for Smilegate, they are at best just messengers, okay? I'm going to be bringing up all the concerns, so if you have anything in the meantime, you see this, the meeting will be Friday at 3 p.m. for me personally, so if you have anything, feel free to drop that in the Discord. You can hit me in the DMs if you're shy about it. I will give them a very serious talk on what I think, because, every month we have a meeting and we kind of go over all the different points. Honestly, props to them for at least saying they're bringing the PC client. At least that's coming soon. But, oh boy, I just want to say, guys, like, this is supposed to be the biggest month in the game, right? Of the entire year, and almost out of no fault of their own, it's been botched. Not so much that it's like completely their fault, but they could have done a better job, right? I'll give them like a 2 out of 10 on handling. It's not great, but it's not entirely their fault. Now, as far as what you guys can do to help out with the situation, because at the end of the day, right, all of these guys who are really pissed off, who are really mad, they care about the game. They give a shit about the game. That's why people are mad, right? Like, if I didn't care about this game, I was like, okay, wow, clown game, time to go throw up another game of Teamfight Tactics, right? Like I could care less. But the fact that this many people care, I think you have to channel that energy correctly. And it just really cooks my goose. It really annoys me. It really rubs me the wrong way to see people go like, oh, well, that's because Smilegate is learning how to deep throw from Pornhub. Like, they're not. That's not what's happening, right? And especially if you guys come across any of the community managers, just be aware that they have as much power in this as I do, right? They're a messenger for the headquarter company. If you guys come across them, let them know your thoughts, right? Let them know how you feel. I don't know if they're doing another Thursday stream, but usually they stream Thursdays on twitch.tv. And they usually just try to talk to you guys and see what people are feeling, what people want. Give them your feedback there. Be polite about it, of course, right? Make the correct points, because a lot of this, honestly, it's not their fault, right? And they're just the messenger, so don't shoot them like that. So yeah. That's really all I have to say on it. I just have to blab about this a whole bunch because honestly, I've had a super busy month. Like lots of IRL things happening for me. My house has been getting renovated a little bit. I've just been super busy making new player guides, and it's really disheartening to see so much misinformation float about in the community. And honestly, for me, who makes content that's prided like on correct information and backing it up with facts, I'm honestly, like, people call me Uncle Valk, and as an Asian uncle, I can sincerely say I'm slightly disappointed. But that aside, I can promise you guys, me personally, I will still do what I do. And with that, before at the end of the video, I just want to tell you guys, the moment this video goes up, you guys have about 2 days, roughly 2.5 days to sign up for the tournament at the end of this month. Now, if you also didn't know, I'm one of the 2 idiots. Well, I'm one of 2 idiots out of 6 people who casted Worlds, okay? I can't call the rest of them idiots, but me and my buddy Divine, we like to get it a little bit stupid sometimes. We like to cast tournaments at the end of every month that I organize. So for this month, because we have so many new players, I'll be doing a draft mode tournament. As long as your account is level 60, I will be linking this sign-up sheet so you can come on in. And specifically this month, every month we do a charity, and this month our charity, it will be, I don't know why this is celebrating, it's not a celebrating thing, will be dedicated to the victims of Typhoon Yagi in honor of fellow content creator Grass Angel, who was somebody I watched when, I was doing business, traveling back and forth between, United States, China, Mexico, Japan, all over the world, right? He's one of the GOATs. So I'll have 2 links here. So if you want to donate directly to the Vietnam Fatherland Front, which is a foundation that Grass Angel recommended to Tristan Wolf and my friends, or you can donate directly to the children through UNICEF, which is a charity organization dedicated for the kids. Now, if you have money, it'd mean a lot to me if you could make the world a better place and donate money. These are both legitimate organizations that my partner Divine has vetted. If you don't have money, you have time, feel free to pull up. It will be Saturday, September 28th at 2 p.m. Pacific time. We're going to be playing draft mode, and the tournament, if you make it to day 2, will last 2 days. Okay, and currently we're at a prize pool of $550. Shout outs to guys like Shuma, Solidus, Tristan, Tatty Mason, Not a Hero. These guys are awesome. I've specifically told them, hey guys, like don't make it too big, right? And we still got this amount for the prize pool. And the rest, I'm just telling them, hey guys, just make sure you put it in towards the charity. Like, honestly, like in a time like this, everything help, and it just shows how good the E7 community is. And to me, that's worth fighting for, because for Smilegate to not treat a community like this with the utmost respect and basically just giving out free shit, I think that is a big, big, big miss. Anyways, that's everything I got going on today. Everything I got to yap about. I feel a little bit naked. You guys could see me like this because usually I'm hiding behind an avatar. But you know, hey, it is what it is. It's a bit of a serious issue, so I wanted to be in front of a camera to be a little bit more candid with you guys. That being said, here's the usual, right? Like, subscribe, whatever. But most of all, guys, keep your head cool. And, you know, if you like the game, play the game. And if it's seriously that much a bother for you, go do anything else. Don't play a gotcha game. Like, I mean that when I say it, okay? Keep a cool head, guys. All right, take it easy. I'll see you guys later.